What happens when country music's biggest star steps into the high-pressure world of daytime television and refuses to back down from one of America's most outspoken hosts? You're about to see one of the most intense confrontations ever on live TV. Make sure to subscribe and drop a comment because this story is wild from start to finish. Blake Shelton walked onto the View set with his usual confident swagger, smiling as he took his seat. The audience cheered, excited to see the country superstar. Whoopi Goldberg greeted him warmly, and the chat started smoothly, covering his latest album and upcoming tour dates. But then Joy Behar leaned forward, her look sharper. "Blake, I have to ask about some comments you made about the music industry and political correctness. Many people found them controversial." Blake smiled, but there was a firmness in his voice. "Well, Joy, people are tired of being told what to say. Country music has always been about speaking the truth, even if it makes folks uncomfortable." Joy didn't back off. "But don't artists have a responsibility to be mindful of their platform? Millions hear your words, and those people can think for themselves." Blake's tone got stronger. "They don't need TV hosts or celebrities telling them what to believe." The tension in the studio grew. Whoopi tried to guide the chat to safer topics, asking about The Voice, but Joy pressed on. "You talk about truth-telling, yet country music has excluded many voices. How do you reconcile that?" Blake's jaw tightened. "Joy, you might be confusing country music with something else. It's always welcomed anyone who tells a good story and sings it with heart. Background doesn't matter. Heart does." "Really?" Joy asked. "Because the stats say otherwise. The industry has been criticized for lack of diversity." "Statistics?" Blake shook his head. "Want numbers? I see fans from all walks of life at my shows, singing the same songs, laughing, crying. That's what matters, not numbers on paper." The hosts exchanged glances as Blake's frustration grew. Sarah Haynes tried a lighter question, but Blake continued, pointing at Joy. "I'm tired of people in ivory towers telling the rest of us how to think. You don't speak for country fans, and you sure don't speak for America." Joy's eyes flashed. "Excuse me, people like me. What does that mean?" "People who think they know better than everyone else, who look down on folks from small towns like we're all ignorant hillbillies," Blake shot back. The audience went silent. Whoopi tried to regain control, but Blake and Joy were locked in. "I never called anyone ignorant," Joy said, "but we need honest talks about representation." "Honest?" Blake scoffed. "Feels like an interrogation. You invited me to talk music, but you want politics." The cameras caught every tense moment. Joy slammed her hand on the table. "I've done this for decades. I don't need a country singer telling me my job." Blake leaned back, smiling sharply. "And I don't need a host who's never been to Nashville lecturing me. You want to talk inclusion? When was the last time a country artist was on here without being grilled about politics?" "That's not true," Joy said. "Name 3 from the last 2 years, Blake challenged. Joy paused. "Exactly," Blake said, satisfaction in his voice. "You don't care about country music. You use us for your agenda." Whoopi tried again. "Let's take a step back." Blake was done stepping back. "No, Whoopi. I'm tired of the media trashing country fans. We're not the enemy, but you make us seem like it." "Nobody's calling you the enemy," Joy said. "But your words can seem exclusionary." "Exclusionary?" Blake's voice rose. "I've spent my career bringing people together. I've mentored singers from every background on The Voice, collaborated with all genres. What have you done besides divide?" The audience held their breath. Sunny host tried mediation, but Joy snapped, "I've fought for civil rights before you were famous." "Fighting?" Blake laughed. "Sitting here throwing stones isn't fighting. Fighting means getting your hands dirty." Joy's face turned pale. "Watch your tone, young man. Or what?" Blake leaned forward. "You'll cancel me? Write some scathing article? I know controversy sells records." Alyssa Farrah Griffin tried changing the subject. "Blake, let's talk charity work." Blake ignored her. "The real problem? You can't stand people thinking differently. You can't stand country music representing values you disagree with." "That's not true," Joy said, but her voice was weak. "Then why do you attack everything we stand for? Music, beliefs, life, like we're a disease?" Joy's anger flared. "Nobody's attacking your life, but exclusion gets criticism." "There you go," Blake said, disgusted. "You put words in my mouth. You don't know me, but you judge me by a stereotype." Stage managers scrambled. Joy stood red-faced. You use your platform to divide. Blake shot up too. Divide? That's rich from someone who stirs controversy daily. My music brings joy. What do you bring? Truth, Joy said. Accountability. Truth? Blake laughed coldly. Your truth, maybe. My fans, working-class Americans, buy my records, come to shows. They don't need you speaking for them. Whoopi intervened. Let's take a breath, Blake whispered dangerously. You could have had a real conversation with me. About music, fans, stories. Instead, you ambushed me with politics. Joy sat, still defiant. I asked about public statements. If you can't handle questions, handle it, Blake shot back. I can handle anything, but I won't let you twist my words. I respect people from all backgrounds. Can you say the same? Joy struggled. I fight for equality and justice. Your version, Blake corrected. What about millions who see the world differently? Where's their voice here? Sarah Haynes tried again. Blake, joy means everyone deserves inclusion. Blake softened slightly. I agree, but inclusion works both ways. Don't assume small-town people are bigots, Joy spoke. Nobody's assuming. Every time country music is mentioned, there's a snide comment about backwards thinking, Blake pressed. Southern and Midwestern folks are assumed ignorant. That's not true, Joy said weakly. It is, Blake shot back. You perpetuate the stereotyping you claim to fight against. The studio was silent. Blake shook his head. I came hoping for a real talk. Maybe find common ground. Instead, you wanted a fight. Joy quietly said, I wanted honesty. No, Blake said firmly. You wanted to make me the villain. Congratulations, you got your fight. Joy paled. You think I enjoy confrontation? I think controversy is your brand, Blake replied, sitting but intense. You manufacture it wherever you can. That's unfair, Joy said. I hold people accountable. Accountable to who? Blake asked. Whoopi tried to steer back. Focus on music? Blake ignored her. Country music is the most inclusive genre. We sing about everyone, the farmer, the worker, the veteran, the kid from the wrong side of town. Numbers don't show the heart, the hope we inspire, Joy scoffed. What hope for women or artists of color? Blake finally lost composure, standing near her. I've mentored more diverse artists than this show ever featured. My platform lifts people. That doesn't fit your story, does it? The security team tensed. Blake continued. Don't lecture me on hope. Fans write how my music helped them through divorce, depression, losing loved ones. My music saves lives, Joy persisted. Systemic issues exist, Blake exploded. Systemic bias against country music and media? Shows portray us as ignorant. Excluded from awards? Talk about real issues! Other hosts watched, silent. You sit in New York surrounded by like-minded people and lecture me on inclusion. When's the last time you spent time in a small town? Talk to someone with different politics? I do, Joy said weakly. No, you argue. Listening is different. Understanding is different, Blake said. Joy whispered, I do show respect. Do you? Nothing about this interview has been respectful. You've shown no interest in my perspective or my fans. The studio held its breath. Blake paused, regaining composure. Sad part? We probably agree on more than we disagree. We care about people, want opportunities, believe art brings people together. But you chose politics and division. Joy looked shaken. I never meant this to happen. Maybe not, Blake said softly. But you approach conversations as battles, not learning. He looked to the camera. To viewers, this is why people are fed up with media. Real conversations get replaced by ambush interviews. Blake turned back. I came to talk music, joy, stories, connections. Instead, I was grilled about politics by someone unwilling to understand my world. Whoopi spoke. Maybe there was miscommunication. No, Whoopi, Blake said firmly. This is exactly what Joy wanted from the start. Her mind was made up before I spoke. He pulled off his mic and set it down. Thanks for having me. Hope your audience got what they came for. The studio stayed frozen. This was not just a heated interview. It was a total breakdown of daytime TV, and everyone knew they'd witnessed history. Subscribe and comment. Was Blake right, or did Joy have valid points?